Look, I want this underhook here. I want the underhook, and I want to have this crossface here. Look where my hand goes. It goes in the lap, right in the lap right there. See that? If I can pull him, bend him a little bit, like that, that's the ultimate, because now I'm going to be able to put even more pressure on him. So straight like this is not bad. But if I can bend his spine a little bit, even better. My left knee goes next to his hip, and I really want to make him look that way so he can't bridge this way. So watch what I do. My weight is dropping into my shoulder. I'm going to loosen up on you a little bit. But look, my shoulder is going to go into his face by turn. It's my weight, not anything to do with me squeezing. Nothing to do with me squeezing. And I want this underhook. But I don't want to hold the underhook like this. Because if I hold the underhook like this, he just has to do that. See that? So I want to have my underhook where I have my hand on the mat still. Alright, so look. I want to turn him like this. That's where all of our passing is going to start from. So again, I'm going to get the underhook. I'm going to get this lat grip right here. Pull him. Look, my shoulder goes in front of my face kind of a little bit right there. My knee next to his hip, and my toes are on the mat with my left foot. And then I turn, look, just like this. And I want to be blocking that elbow there. I don't want him to have the underhook. So without him, I'll show you this without him. So look, I get the underhook, I get that lat grip, and I want to turn him a little bit. And I want to put my knee right next to his hip. And look what happens the more I turn this foot this way, the more my weight drops. It's dropping from my hip into my shoulder. Really, I want to keep my knee on the mat like that. Look, I bring my foot right there. See that? And now I want to make my leg kind of straight. I don't want to keep it back. See how it gets caught there? Make my leg straight like that. And put my butt in the air. Look, I put my knees on the mat. Do not take this one out and leave this one in, because he's going to kick you back over there, right? Look, I want to take them both out at the same time. Right? Yeah. There's the half guard. We get to the same spot. We need. This is our main passing spot right here. Look, I kind of square up with him a little bit, and I want to put my foot right here for my pry bar. My butt comes up in the air. Knees, feet. And look, I want to keep this hand here too. I don't want to do this. And let him put his elbow between me and him. I want to keep, let me get that back. Keep my hand here. So he can't really hip escape on the side. Again, after we get to our spot where we're smashing him, right? We kind of want to square, look, I take my hips and square them up a little bit, and then I put my pry bar right on there. Right? Up, knees, feet. Now sometimes you get a guy that wants to, he's holding on pretty good, right? Let me just get my foot up there, my knee's bad. I get it here, but I can't like pry it, look, I can't pry it out. Take your foot and push down on his calf. See that? And it's the same pass. Okay, I'm not at the top of the knee here where his leg's strong on my arm. Let's get on the inside of the knee there. Kind of walk him. Walk. Block his elbow. Put my knee on the mat. All right. And at this point, there's a bunch of different ways to clear this. All right. I can cross face it. Some people can just cross face him back over. When he rolls his hips over, you'll have enough. Yeah. Sometimes you can come back up and over and catch the knee cut. Just make sure you have the underhook. Right. So again, look, I have this smash here. I've walked him. Bring my arm back without bringing my arm. You don't want to do this, right? That's bad news, especially if it's a longer guy. And look, I just want to walk him. Put his knee on the mat. Block his elbow. I don't want him to put his elbow here, right? I need that space. So I block his elbow. Put my knee on the mat. Like I said, sometimes you can cross face him over. Sometimes you can knee cut over. Sometimes he turns too far this way. You could bring your opposite leg and come if you feel cool.